Hi friends, I'm Puya HN. I welcome you all back to my channel and a new tutorial. In this video, we're making a commercial for a mini computer. I hope you enjoy and learn something. Let's begin. Right, the first scene happens inside the studio and behind a desk. And while it might seem very easy at first, it's actually a bit of a complicated setup. So stay with me to see what I mean and how I made this shot. Okay, let's pause here for a second and separate the lights individually. First, we attach the PavoTube 230C to the wall on top of the desk for better atmosphere and fill up the space. Then we set up the Forza 60B2 with the lens from the top down to create a spotlight. And when we add the haze later to the scene, the beam starts to appear and creates a beautiful effect. Now on the right side of the character, I put a PavoTube 230X, and on the left side the Forza 60C with the softbox attached to add more feel to the scene, and by setting the light to a blue hue, we create a nice contrast. Let's add the haze and see how it all comes together. And now let's check out the lights one by one. Alright, it's shooting day 2 and we're shooting in a different place. I pack all the lights I need and head to the location. We're actually shooting this scene at my friend's greenhouse, which is one of my top favorite locations to shoot, and previously we've shot many scenes at. I start setting up lights from the outdoor space, the Forza 60B2 with the lens from the outside in and tilted down to create the moonlight effect. And like always, the beloved PavoBulb 10C is with me so that every time I need, I could just use it as practical and set the light hue in a way that creates more depth. And as you see here, it creates a very nice contrast and adds a nice depth to the scene. Here, I point the PavoTube 230X to the wall on the right side of my character to give more depth to the wall. And as much as it might not look super necessary, you see how much difference it does actually make. I believe giving attention to the details always results in a better outcome and a more professional shot. Now I set up the Forza 60C with the softbox from the top to create some feel. As you can see here, our shot is getting more interesting second by second. Looking at the shot here, I feel like we need more depth coming from the outside in. So how about getting some help from the mighty Forza 720B? Isn't that better now? Again, let's pick our always useful little friend, the PavoBulb 10C, and use it in the sleeping lamp as the practical on top of the table. Some haze and I think that's it. I believe for a video commercial, we shouldn't focus too much on what makes sense and more on what works best. Alright, let's go for the third scene. Here's a list of the lights I've decided to use here. The PavoTube 230C, the Forza 60C, PavoTube 230X, Forza 60B2, and the PavoBulb 10C. I used the Forza 60B2 with the lens and pointed it up to the ceiling to create some ambient and set the base light. then the 6cc with the softbox attached to create some fill light on the character, and then the PavoTube 230X set on the blue hue and pointed to the wall to create some nice backlight, add more depth to the scene and create some contrast with the yellow color. By the way, notice that here I've used the Tube 6C to create a TV effect, and I think it turned out pretty good. Alright friends, this is it for this video. I really hope you did enjoy this tutorial and got some inspiration out of it. If you want me to make certain type of content and topics, please let me know in the comments and I'll work on that. Until then, take care and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.